this video is losing all the March Madness and making it NFL Madness.
Free agency madness.
Yes. We're just gonna go kind of rapid fire here.
Rapid fire.
Cousins goes to Minnesota Vikings with a fully guaranteed 3-year deal. What are your thoughts on it?
He better win them a Super Bowl. I don't think it's going to happen, but that's crazy. I don't think Cousins should have gotten fully guaranteed, because Redskins wouldn't do that for him, but I don't know if that says more about Cousins or Redskins. I would have done it, but, hey, good for Minnesota, but they better win a championship.
If I'm Kirk Cousins, I'm going home telling my wife, "You like that! You like that!" Yes. I actually like it. I think Minnesota did the right thing. I think they way overpaid him, but listen, you overpay quarterbacks because you don't know. Kirk Cousins actually, I feel like, deserves it. Fully guaranteed, I'm a little shocked on that one.
Right. Fully guaranteed.
But good for the Vikings to go after a good quarterback, and good for Kirk Cousins for finally getting paid. I think he deserved it.
All
right. Ndamukong Suh is released by the Dolphins. Where do you think he goes?
Well, there's reports that he's going to the Raiders. I actually wouldn't be surprised if I saw him go to the Steelers. I don't think they have a cap space for him, but they could use a tough nose like him. But if he goes to the Raiders, it would make a lot of sense. John Gruden kind of reflects the old school Raiders of Bad Boy Raiders, I guess you can say. And I think Suh would fit that persona. We're not really kind of in that anymore, but he would bring a toughness to the defensive tackle position, which is what we do need, even though we re-signed Justin Ellis. But I think he would be a good veteran. I still think we have cap space for it, though. But, I mean, that's what I'm thinking. What about you?
If we release Crabtree, if we get Jordy Nelson. Anyway, that's beside the point.
Yeah.
I think he goes to the Cowboys. I think this would be a really good fit for the Cowboys. He's a guy who's with a name, bring fans in the stands, and he's a good player. And I think he would fit the system because they already have some good edge rushers. Then you have Ndamukong Suh in the middle. I think it'd be a really good fit. Again, it's one of those things, though. I don't know if they have the cap space.
Exactly.
Unless they let go of Des Bryant, they might have it.
I don't think they're going to re-sign him.
I don't think so either. All right, Tyrann Mathieu, Honey Badger, if you don't know, was released by the Cardinals. Are you surprised by this?
I am, in the sense that they only kept him for 5 years, and for about 3 out of those 5 years, he had a significant injury, but when he was there, he was a great player.
Yes.
I'm saddened to see that his career ended in Arizona, considering how long it lasted, but I'm not surprised in the sense of he's caught the injury bug probably, and it's time for them to move on. There's some other talent coming up. They've got a high draft pick, so might as well capitalize on it. So that's what I'm feeling about it. And I wouldn't be surprised if a team like, let's say, the Chiefs go after him, because they let go of Ron Parker this offseason. So
Tyrann Mathieu, he's a good player. I like him. He's very injury prone. And obviously, from what I've seen from the Cardinals this free agency, they are tanking this year. And I don't think they are actually hiding it. So I think they're getting rid of a lot of cap space for future.
Yeah.
So I'm surprised they let him go. I think he's a very good player. But it does make sense in their perspective of he's always injured.
Right.
So. Case Keenum goes to the Broncos. Is this a good fit?
Yes, he's a good bridge quarterback, which tells me that Broncos are either going to... I don't think they'll trade up unless they hear whispers of a quarterback coming from, let's say, the Giants or to number 3. I don't think they'll leapfrog the Browns to reach for a quarterback. But I see probably a Josh Rosen or maybe even a Josh Allen maybe landing in their lap if the Browns don't take either one of those two first. Or I think Sam Darnold's going to go 1. So between those two, I think the Broncos are probably going to pick either Josh Allen or Josh Rosen.
That's good. I think Case Keenum is actually a really good fit. They have Gary Kubiak there as one of their, I guess, analyst guys. I don't know what his actual title is, but he's the one who brought up Case Keenum in Houston, and he really liked him, and I think so. This is why they're, like you said, he's a bridge quarterback, but good for Case Keenum for, first of all, getting more than a 1-year deal this time, and going to a really good team. So good for Case Keenum. I'm proud of him. Malcolm Butler goes to the Titans. What are your thoughts?
I think this is good for the Titans. They had a terrible pass defense. I'm just hoping, though, they get another cornerback. Well, they've got McCourty on the other side, so I think that'll help. But But I think they just need to do something with the defensive line just so that way it can bring pressure, because you don't want these cornerbacks chasing these really fast wide receivers, even if you got a quarterback that can ad-lib, especially in their division where they have Andrew Luck in there. So you don't want to have a quarterback that can do that. But I like it for Malcolm Butler. Good for him. I think he's actually a really good player. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah, good for him. I'm not surprised he left New England, honestly, after the whole Super Bowl thing. I really wanted the Raiders to go after him. But again, it's cap space. A lot of people are like, oh, how come the Raiders aren't more aggressive? Honestly, they don't have as much cap space as people are thinking.
I think they only have like 22, 24 million, I believe.
I think it was like 17.
Well, when they let go of, God, I'm blanking on his name right now. They let go of someone and he ate up like 8 million, or Sean Smith.
Oh.
He had $8 million contract freed up, and then a couple of other moves here and there freed up about an extra 12-ish, a little bit. So it freed up some more cap space. So.
All right, I wrote this wrong, but Teddy Bridgewater goes to the Jets. Does this work for the Jets?
I don't know. We'll see. Teddy Bridgewater didn't really have any playing time except for, I think, a couple of plays the last game of the season. I hope it does. I mean, gosh, that kid had a really bad knee injury, and I hope that he gets another opportunity to be a franchise quarterback. And I mean, who knows? He's extremely young. He came out of the same draft class as Derek Carr. So maybe the Jets just found their new quarterback. But we will see. He's got to win out the job, of course, against Josh McCown, who is returning. So we'll see.
I root for Teddy Bridgewater, but I don't think this works. I think this is the same old Jets. The Jets have no one to protect him. McCown worked because he's been in the league forever. Bridgewater is still learning. And when you put a learning quarterback in a very bad situation, it's all bad. And I think Bridgewater, his career is going to end because of the New York Jets. Not necessarily saying that he won't ever be in the league, but I think this is his final start. Yeah. All right, Sam Bradford signs with the Cardinals. Does this work? Makes me laugh.
You know how when you brought up that they're purposely tanking, this is a prime example. I don't know. I mean, Bradford is a strong-arm quarterback. I think I'm more upset by how much money he's going to get, $20 million, and
It's $20 million?
Yeah.
Oh, it's 15 guaranteed. Okay.
15 guaranteed, $20 million. And I think it's a 1 or 2 year deal with an option. I think. Don't quote me on that. Anyways, I don't really care for the signing. I mean, it's good. They've got a quarterback that's better than Drew Stanton, but I mean, all you have, and poor Larry Fitzgerald. You're gonna do him like this. I think he's got 2 or 3 more years, and you're gonna do this to him. So I don't like it, but.
Well, Sam Bradford's not going to be healthy this year because he's going to get injured because they have no offensive line. So, this doesn't work.
Yeah.
Sorry, it doesn't. All right, final one. Which unsigned free agent will you be watching very closely?
I don't know about very closely, but I'm really intrigued to see where Adrian Peterson goes. Just because he's older, he's not going to be a featured back anymore, so I wonder what team is going to pick him up. I don't think the Raiders are going to. I hope they don't. I know that we've been really looking into Doug Martin, which I wouldn't be opposed to that. I think he's a good choice. But I'm curious to see where AP goes. I don't know what team would pick him up. Maybe Green Bay, because they don't really have a really good running game. But
actually,
who knows? But that's really the one who I'm more intrigued to know where he lands in free agency.
I put Kyle Fuller, cornerback he was playing for the Bears his whole career so far. I really hope that the Raiders go after him. I really like this kid. Mm-hmm. He's a great young cornerback. He led the league last year in pass defense. So pass deflected, he's on it. I like that, and he's very young, and I think he's very underrated because of the Richard Sherman ordeal and Malcolm Butler ordeal. Right. So he's very under the radar. I think wherever he goes, is a complete steal in this one. I actually like him more than Tyrann Mathieu, just because this kid stays healthy. So,
very good.
All right, guys. Thank you for joining us. Please follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. It is Drew Coates Sports Talk. Also, subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Don't forget to like the video.
And yes, like the video. I always do it, and I think it bugs him.